You are going to blow up your clothing brand on social media in 2026. And I'm gonna show you exactly the type of content to post, how long the videos should be, where to post it, how often you need to post, and everything you need to actually make this happen for your brand this year. I'm assuming if you've clicked on this video that you're either starting up a brand or you've likely already tried everything and nothing's working for you. And you're sitting around watching all these other brands get views and you're wondering, why the hell isn't this working for my own brand? By the end of this video, you're gonna have an understanding of marketing on social media better than 99% of brands out there. And you're gonna have new ideas and strategies that you can apply to your brand immediately. How do I know what I'm talking about? I've worked with over 500 clothing brands one-on-one and helped them grow their social media. I've done over $1 million in online sales for my own brand, all through social media marketing. And I've actually done over 1.5 million views organically on my clothing brand's Instagram in the past 30 days. And before you even ask, yes, this is leading to orders on our website. And I actually just got one of the biggest orders of my clothing brand's life over the 8 years I've been doing this. Somebody ordered 7 hoodies, $537, and they found us through the social media marketing strategies that I'm gonna share with you. All right, so I have a feeling if you're watching this that you're more of the creative type and you're less of like that rigid engineering brain type. This means that you like to flow freely with ideas, you're kind of spontaneous in the way that you do things, and I'm like this as well. So I don't wanna share with you some rigid plan here, like some business plan that you need to follow through. I think that's boring. I don't think it really works most of the time because you need to be flexible. But I'm saying this because I'm gonna be just flowing through a lot of really important information here. So take some notes on your phone so that you remember this and you can apply it to the content for your brand. Now, if there's one thing that most clothing brands do wrong that's gonna give you a huge advantage, it's that most clothing brands do not make good content because they don't know the topic of the videos that they're trying to make. And this is a symptom of a deeper issue, which is that they don't know their brand identity clearly enough. They don't know who their target audience is. And when you don't know exactly who your target audience is and what your brand identity is, then you don't really know what type of content to make. And every time you go to make videos, it requires all this mental bandwidth to try and come up with ideas because it feels like you're starting from scratch every time. Whereas when you truly know what your brand identity is, it defines all of the content that you're making and it makes it so much easier to come up with ideas all the time. Your content and your videos should be a direct expression of your brand identity. Whatever your brand's all about, that's what you're putting out on social media. It's all in relation to your brand identity. And so if you look at my clothing brand, it's so easy for me to make content for K-Bud because I know exactly who the target audience is, I know exactly what the brand identity is, and we're a clothing brand that represents small town Canada and the humor in rural Canada. And so when I come up with content ideas, I can just go into any little segment, whether that's the weather, politics, Canadian dads, Canadian girls, whatever it is in small town Canada, and I can make funny content about it. Understand that the big reason a lot of clothing brands struggle to come up with content all the time is because they don't really know what their brand's about deep down. Maybe there's some vague streetwear brand that they came out with and they don't know, or they're going after like basketball guys or like skateboard guys. They don't know exactly who their target audience is at all, and they just can't come up with enough ideas regularly because it's just not clearly defined. Now, another huge point when it comes to getting your videos to go viral and get views on Instagram or TikTok is that when your content is clear, it helps TikTok and Instagram know who to show the content to. This is probably the biggest point and reason why you need to get clear on your content. Not only does it make it so much easier to come up with content ideas, but when you do post those videos on Instagram and on TikTok, it's gonna be so much easier for the algorithm to sort out exactly who to show those videos to, and your videos are gonna likely have a better chance at going viral. When your video topic isn't dead clear, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok have absolutely no idea who to show it to, and this is where it gets 100 views, 500 views. It's just testing with a random audience. No one's really showing that much interest because they don't identify with it. There's nothing about that video that's really clicking, that's shareable, that just piques their interest because it's not really clicking with anybody and the video just dies. So write down what I'm about to share with you and figure this out, because if you don't, you're likely gonna struggle forever to try and market your brand. The first step is to get clear on your target audience. Is your clothing brand for basketball players? Is it for skateboarders? Is it for rock climbers? What's your niche? Get clear on exactly who you're trying to sell to. And then step 2 is to go a layer deeper than that and figure out the style of the content for that audience. Is your brand funny? Is your brand serious? Is it going to be informative and educational? Maybe for the environment, or maybe you're teaching people skateboarding rather than being a funny skateboarding brand. Figuring out exactly who your target audience is and then the style of communication and how you're gonna get in front of them is gonna change your content forever. Now, I don't wanna take away your creativity at all. If you're watching this video, I believe that you're a highly creative person. That's why you got into this clothing brand space to begin with. And I think that when it comes to your content, you need to be able to just let loose and inject your own personality into it fully. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna try and guide you to the sweet spot for your clothing brand. So I'm gonna answer questions like, how long should your content be? Where should you be posting? And just what's working right now on social media with evidence to back it up. But first, I wanna let you know that this channel here is sponsored by my buds over at design.com. You might need some designs made for your clothing brand. I highly recommend that you try this out. Just pop open a new tab and go to design.com/Rob88. Type in whatever idea you have for a design and hit enter. Thousands of designs are gonna come up and you don't have to like them all, but maybe you like one. You can click on it, you can edit it and refine it as long as you want for free until it's perfect. If you're not a designer yourself, this is a great way to make sick designs for your brand. If you're interested, go to design.com/Rob88 and you'll get 88% off at checkout. All right, let's start with where to post your content. And Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube are the best by far. You have to decide if you want to make long form content on YouTube or short form content, but just be aware that if you decide to make long form content like this, it's a lot more work. It takes a lot more editing, coming up with content ideas, and you're likely going to grow slower. For most clothing brands, I suggest sticking to short form content and just crushing that. But for the purpose of this video and the strategy that I want you to implement, let's focus on the short form content. And next, I want to talk to you about the length of the videos that you're making. If I go on Instagram Reels right now and I start scrolling through and looking at all the videos that are going viral right now, I can literally see the length of the videos and how long the average video is. And when I'm just scrolling through my feed, I can see that the majority of content that's going viral is between 7 seconds and 20 seconds long. Now, this is where I need you to understand the nuances to content on social media. And this is where most people won't be able to comprehend this, but the length of your videos really doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter because the algorithms are optimized for value and your ability to hold attention throughout the duration of the video. So it literally doesn't matter if your video is 5 seconds or if it's over a minute long. If it's over a minute long, it can still work if you're able to hold attention throughout the full duration of that video. But a subtlety that I've noticed is that most videos that work and go viral that are over a minute long are usually performative in some way. Like this video of this guy drumming. The reason why it does so well is because when somebody's drumming, if you're a drummer watching that, you're likely gonna watch him play the whole groove and watch it to the end. Or if somebody's making a cooking video, you're likely gonna watch the recipe from how it starts to what the finished product looks like. So if your clothing brand resonates with this style of content, for example, you're a skateboarding brand and you wanna make tutorial style videos where you teach people how to kickflip step by step, this could work really well for you. But if that doesn't really resonate with you, then I recommend keeping your videos shorter, like 8 seconds to 20 seconds long. Similar to what I'm doing with K-Bud, where they're really short, like 7 seconds long. And the whole purpose of these little videos is to get a laugh, to resonate with my audience, and to get shares. People share it with their friends because they think it's funny and they're just resonating with it and it's just connecting and clicking with them. This shorter type of content works really well because it's just easier to hold attention for 8 seconds than it is to hold it for a minute, or how long this video is if you're even made it to this point. And to add even more nuance and subtlety to this, one of the reasons why I put text inside of my videos is because by the time they literally can read all the text in it, it's already taken up the full duration of the video, and it signals to TikTok and it signals to Instagram that it's a good video because people are watching it to the end and they'll show it to more people. So understand this. When it comes to the content for your clothing brand, I don't know which niche you're in. I don't know who you're trying to sell to. So you can decide which type of content you think works best for your brand. But what's most important to understand is that being able to hold attention throughout the duration of the video and being able to resonate with your target audience's identity at the same time so that it gets shares, it gets clicks, and it gets people watching is the formula to going viral on social media. Now, when it comes to how often to post for your brand, I have a different answer than I'd normally have here. In an ideal world, you're posting at least 3 times a day. This is because it gives you momentum and it gives you more kicks at the can to go viral. If you post once per day, it gives you only 1 chance a day to go viral. And if you post 3 times a day, it gives you 3 chances that day to go viral. That being said, I'd rather you take your time with your content and post once a day or once every 2 days if it means coming up with content that's well researched, where you put some thought into it and you really understand your audience and you're doing your best to go viral, than just posting 3 random pieces of content that put no effort into, no thought into, that has absolutely zero chance at going viral. Also, just some rapid fire things you need to know to make your content work in 2026. Authenticity is more important than ever. The more real you're being in your content, speaking about something real, being honest, no ego, just putting yourself out there and sharing your thoughts and sharing your honest experiences or what's going on with your brand, or funny ideas that you genuinely think are funny, but not done in some like overly produced way that just looks stupid and people can't resonate with. That type of content works the best. And then to make this really work for you, where all this effort you're putting in isn't just getting you followers and getting you views for vanity, but it's literally leading to orders on your website, 90% of your content should be value focused and top of the funnel, and 10% can be actually focused on reaping and bottom of the funnel. What do I mean for this? I'll break it down for you. So you can make a choice. Either 9 out of 10 videos are top of the funnel, not trying to sell something, completely just value giving, where you're not asking for anything, you're not even trying to sell your clothing, it's just pure value. Or 90% of the content in each video is giving value, and 10% of the content in each video is asking something. So let me show you the difference here. On this YouTube channel, I'll just be completely transparent with you. I use the formula of 90% of the content is value giving, like what I'm trying to do right now, and 10% of the content in each video is the sponsor design.com, and quickly telling you about a community of clothing brand owners that I run. And if you look at my clothing brand's content for K-Bud, it's completely different. 9 out of 10 videos are just completely giving value, and 1 out of every 10 videos, I might mention something about the clothing that I'm selling and mention something about my brand. This is so subtle, but so important. What you're doing is you're making the ratio right. Viewers don't just want to be sold to all the time. They don't want to know that all you're trying to do is taking. You earn their trust and you earn their business by giving enough value to just make them enjoy your content, and you're not just trying to take from them all the time. And then what you can do every once in a while is just present something that you have to them with no pressure on them to buy. And if they want it, they can have it and join, or if they don't want it, they don't need to buy it and they don't need to join. Never put any pressure on anybody to need to buy your clothing. It should just be like, this is sick, here it is every once in a while. Here's our clothing, here's our hoodies. If you want it, feel free to buy it. If not, cool, we're thriving anyways. So just to recap and summarize this to make it all clear for you, when it comes to what to post for your clothing brand, focus on short form content. Try and post as often as possible, up to 3 times a day. But if you can't make that work and make each of those videos full effort, then take your time and make full effort videos once per day or once every other day, as long as they're really, really good. Get clear on your target audience and the style of content that's gonna resonate with your target audience, and decide on the length of videos that you wanna make. Are you gonna go that shorter route like what I do for my brand because that's what works best for my brand? Or is your content gonna be more performative where you can do it longer and you can hold attention longer? If you took notes throughout this video and you understand this on a fundamental level, you're understanding human psychology and how they receive value and what leads to them wanting to do a transaction, you're gonna blow up and you're gonna do so much better with your brand. Write your Instagram handle in the comments below. I like to check with the brands that are watching. And if you wanna work with a community of clothing brand owners, check out the Apparel Success Mastermind. There's a link in the description. We're just a fun group of clothing brand owners that have a call every month. We hop on, we share strategies and what's working. It's really chill in there. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. It's a sick one. Peace.